Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain differentiation of trigonometric function. Differentiation of sine f of x is cosine f of x multiply the derivative of the angle. We take example about each one. For example about this, d by dx sine 5x squared minus 3. So, what is the derivative of this angle? Differentiation of sine is cosine. So, we write the answer is cosine 5x squared minus 3. Multiply the derivative of angle. The derivative of this angle is 5x squared, 2 times 5, it's 10x. Derivative of minus 3 cancel. Then we simplify the final answer. So, the answer is 10x cosine 5x squared minus 3. Another example about this one, d by dx sine e power 5x squared. The differentiation of sine is cosine. So the answer is cosine e power 5x squared. Multiply the derivative of angle. The derivative of angle, the angle is e. Derivative of e power 5x squared is e power 5x squared. Multiply the derivative of what? The derivative of the power. The derivative of 5x squared, it's 10x. So what is the final answer of this one? It's 10x e power 5x squared cosine e power 5x squared. Another example, d by dx sine ln square root of 5x squared minus 3. The derivative of sine is cosine, so it's a cosine ln square root of 5x squared minus 3. Remember, this is the angle. Now, multiply the derivative of angle. What is the derivative of ln? The derivative of ln is the fraction. The function comes down, so it's a square root of 5x squared minus 3 up the derivative of this function. The function is a square root. What is the derivative of a square root? 1 over 2 is square root of 5x squared minus 3. Multiply the derivative of inside the root, which is 10x. We need to simplify. Cancel. Divided by 2 equal 1. Divided by 2 equal 5. That root comes down. A square root times itself. The roots cancel. So what is the final answer here? Already we have 5x. A square root 5x squared minus 3 times itself. Cancel the square root. So it's 5x squared minus 3. Multiply what? Cosine ln square root of 5x squared minus 3. So this is the answer. Differentiation of sine n f of x. Sine n, it means derivative of sine f of x all to the power n. So the power comes down, n, minus 1 from the power, multiply the derivative of inside. Derivative of sine is cosine. Multiply the derivative of function of the angle, which is f of dash x. We take example about this formula. For example, d by dx sine squared 5x squared minus 3. We can rewrite this as d by dx sine 5x squared minus 3. Remember, this is the angle. This one is squared. Take care, this is squared on function, not on the angle. Now, what is the derivative of this one? The power comes down. Minus 1 from the power. Multiply the derivative of inside bracket. Derivative of sine is cosine. Multiply the derivative of angle, which is 10x. Simplify. 10x comes in front. Then we have, remember, this is 2 sine cosine. 2 sine cosine, it is sine double angle. So we can write this as sine double angle. So the answer is sine 2, the angle is 5x squared minus 3. We solve it, try by yourself 11. It is in the future in mathematics. Differentiation of sine is cosine. Multiply the derivative of angle. Derivative of 1 cancel, derivative of negative 2x, it's a negative 2. The answer in simplest form is negative 2 cosine 1 minus 2x. Another example, or try by yourself, the second part of try by yourself 11, d by dx cosine cubed 4x. We rewrite this as cosine to the power. So we write this as d by dx cosine 4x all to the power 3. Now, the power comes down. Minus 1 from the power. Multiply the derivative of inside. The derivative of cosine is minus sine. Multiply what? Multiply the derivative of angle. Derivative of 4x is 4. Now, we simplify. So, the answer is negative comes in front. 4 times 3, it's 4 times 3, it's 12. We can say it's 12. 4 times 3, it's 12. Sine 4x cosine squared 4x. Again, the answer again in simplest form, negative 3 times 4, it's 12. Sine 4x cosine squared 4x. Part 3 in try by yourself 11, d by dx tan square root of 3x. So, derivative of tan is sec squared. So we write sec squared, square root of 3x. This is the angle. Multiply the derivative of the angle. Derivative, the angle is what? The angle is a square root. So the differentiation of a square root, 1 over 2 is square root of 3x. Multiply the derivative of inside the root. In simplest form, the answer is 3 over 2 is square root of 3x sec squared square root of 3x. Remember that rule. D by dx square root of f of x is 1 over 2 square root of f of x multiply the derivative of inside the root f of dash x. The fourth part of try by yourself 11, d by dx cosec cubed 5x. Now, this equals d by dx cosec 5x all to the power 3. Now, the derivative of cosec power 3, the power comes down. So 3 comes down. And then we minus 1 from the power. So it is cosec 5x to the power 2. Multiply what? Multiply the derivative of inside. Derivative of cosec is negative cosec cotan. So it's a negative cosec 5x cotan 5x multiply what? The derivative of angle. Derivative of angle, derivative of 5x is 5. Negative, and then the number 3 multiply by 5, 15. Cosec squared multiply cosec, so it's a cosec cubed. So the answer is again cosec squared and cosec power 1, cosec power 3. So it is cosec cubed 5x multiply cotan 5x by dx sec 5x. Now, the derivative of sec is sec tan. So the answer is sec 5x tan 5x multiply, remember, the derivative of angle. Derivative, the angle is 5x, its derivative is 5. So sec, it is sec tan multiply the derivative of angle. We simplify this, the number comes first, so 5 sec 5x tan 5x. d by dx cotan 4x. Now, derivative of cotan, negative cosec squared. So it's a negative cosec squared 4x multiply the derivative of angle. Derivative of 4x is 4. The final answer in simplest form is negative 4 cosec squared 4x. I hope you understand this lesson. Thank you.